It's Chelsea Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college football. Louisville at Boston College. We've got a nice little special. We've got 50% off 2-for-1 weekly passes, which means you get the picks from two handicappers for the price of one, just $114.99. And you need to use the link picksandparlays.net/turkey. Boston College favored at home -1.5. The total is 55. Louisville is 3-6 on the year, 4-4-1 against the number. Boston College is 5-4 straight up and against the spread. We've got Chip Chirimbes joining us here, who went 5-2 on Saturday and also 4-0 on his NFL picks. So a nice little weekend for Chip. You can find all of his picks at picksandparlays.net. But Chip, where are you leaning when it comes to Louisville and Boston College?
Well, with all the changes we've had, we've really had to put some extra work into these games. Louisville's going to Boston College. Boston College, of course, 2 weeks ago was the big public darling to give Notre Dame all they could handle, and Notre Dame just romped and stomped over them. Meanwhile, Louisville was on a 30-0 venture over Syracuse. Malik Cunningham leading the way to quarterback, but this Louisville quarterback is very inaccurate passing. He's had 11 INTs already this season. And, Louisville hasn't played that well as a dog. Since Lamar Jackson got out of there, they're 7-18-1 as underdogs. And they haven't played well against teams with better records. Teams with better records than they have entering the games are six. They're 6-21 against the number. And yet, Boston College only 1.5 at home. I'm not too enamored with them at all. They are 8-2 after a straight up loss against the points. But as favorites, they're 2-7 in their last 9. At home, they're 1-5 in the last 6. I'm going to have to take Louisville here. I think that overall they're a little bit better than Boston College. The odds maker may think the same way because BC only being a 1 or 1.5 point favorite at home, normally where you would get 3 points. So I think the odds makers assuming that on a neutral site, Louisville would be the favorite. So I'm going to take the Cardinal here over the Eagle.
Yeah, I think playing as a favorite and playing as an underdog are two completely different things. And we saw Boston College playing really well as an underdog against Clemson, if I'm remembering correctly. But
Right.
This is a bit of a different spot against a Louisville team that occasionally can throw up some points here and there. The over has gone 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between these two teams. The over is 5-0 for Louisville in their last 5 games after a win. A couple nuggets for you guys to close it out. Chip, any other things that you think bettors should consider when talking Louisville and Boston College?
Well, I'm just so skeptical of this Louisville quarterback. I know Boston College has more of a running game, and Malik Cunningham very inconsistent. Last week, really, or 2 weeks ago, really frightened against Syracuse, what I saw early in the game. But they're so much better than the Orange. Syracuse is so weak, and I just think this is a spot for Louisville to come up and handle a weaker Boston College team.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our college football talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great info from Chip Chirimbes. Chip, thanks for joining us.